Once again, Madison, Wisconsin, give it up for your Minnesota Rocker!
Kicking it off this week in the CDL. This is the big weekend update. Of course, Friday's games are covered already on my earlier video, but this is Saturday and Sunday. Rocker playing a home LAN. We haven't seen one of these in a long while. They're playing 2 games on Saturday in front of a live crowd. Florida Mutineers team flown out. Look at this, dropping in from the ceiling for the kill. Tied up at 112. A lot of drama around this series. A lot of people aren't happy because Rocker is the only team, at least announced thus far, that is going to have one of these home LANs. A lot of people think it gives them a big advantage. We're going to see if that came true. Obviously, here in Game 1, you see that score. 248, 208. They're about to clutch this one out to take Game 1 in front of the home crowd to get them going. Moving into the control, you can already see the score up top there. Oh, I'm sorry, this ain't control. This is search and destroy. Game 2, map 2, I should say. At 4-3, check this play out right here. Nades come out, Flash sees the trophy. They know they're both posted up there, just waiting to pounce. Here's the deal, though. Playing in front of a live crowd, such an advantage. Such an advantage. Obviously, crowd noises and the hype from your home crowd and everything makes a big deal in these games. Statistically, home crowds do better in tournaments. Worse teams in front of a home crowd, more likely to go farther in the tournament. But moving on to the next game there, it's already 2-0 for Rocker. And as some of you probably know, Rocker, last major, Rocker did horribly. They came out strong, they looked good, and then just fell flat. Couldn't beat anyone. All of a sudden, this major looking so hot. We're at 2-2 here on control, but Rocker there on the defense, trying to jump into the point, not going to work. That is 3 maps, 1, 2, 3 to 3-0 the Mutineers. You can see the crowd getting hyped. It's awesome to see. I wish they did more of this, honestly. I wish they did a ton of these home events. This is actually in Wisconsin, I think. It wasn't in Minnesota, or it might have been in like Ohio. I think it was Wisconsin. Either way, somewhere in the northern part of the country, northern U.S., and obviously their first of 2 games on Saturday, they 3-0 against the Mutineers, looking real hot leading into the next one. Moving in here to the Boston Breach Toronto Ultra game. You know, I'm an Ultra fan, right? Hometown team. They killed it last major. Really make me want to talk about CDL and watch CDL, bring friends over and try to get them into this beautiful world of esports. But man alive, just a rough weekend for us. Opening game was lost. Here we go. Obviously, map 1, 250 right there for Breach. You can see here the S&D. Ultra doing all right in S&D, but they were so scary last major. A terrifying team to play against. They broke the huge win streak that FaZe had, and they broke it on LAN on stage. FaZe was like 12 games in a row or something. So, you know, they were unbeatable, and now all of a sudden just not looking the same. Here we're at 4-4. Toronto on the attack. 2-1 situation. And look at that. Just gets turned on. It just hurts. Hurts to watch. We're going to watch the replay here in a sec, just so you can really see this. For those of you who are really into the meta, look at that turn. When they're playing at home, when they're not on stage, they can use a thing called Sound EQ. It means that they could hear a lot better than even if you just turn the game on. You can turn that option on if you're playing ranked COD. I recommend it. Here's a nice little 2-piece there in S&D. But that sound EQ meant that the Breach player was able to hear him and turn. Now here, obviously, this is a 4v3. Make it a 4v2. It's already 5-4 on this. This is the last game of the series. Needs to clutch a 2v4 to extend it. All of a sudden, it's a 1v4, and you know what's about to happen. Breach, call it GG's. Defuse that bomb. Rough series for Ultra. Rough start to this major. A lot of work to do to come back. LAG, Minnesota. This is game 2 for Minnesota, so they're playing only about an hour later because the an hour and a half maybe. They just had to wait for the Ultra Breach game to end. And, of course, they've got all this momentum playing in front of that live crowd still. The LAG players, have been waiting around all day. Look at that little two-piece from Bance looking hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge mid. Yeah, I'll get your camera. Yeah. Low PT, I'm much mid. You push my gate, you up, Ben. You pinch. One's on you. On you. Pinch it. No, I'm spawning. Okay, yeah. You play mid, Ben. Play mid, Ben, okay? Yeah.
Bance was one of my favorite players to watch on Ultra, and now he's killing it on Rocker this major. But you see that, again, in front of the home crowd, pulling out that win. They are hyped, obviously pulling out 2 wins on the same day. This is one of the Sunday games, Ultra and Surge. Man, oh man, y'all already know. I'm a break the news to you right now. Ultra just almost there, but can't quite pull out the dubs here on map 1, or rather, this is on map 4. The series is at 2-1, 239, 181. You see the score there. Beautiful little 3-piece. Boom, drops another. That's gonna clutch the win. He's gonna give him a little haircut at the end. Bring it to a final S&D. Nice 1v1 there. Scrap against Pred. It gives you hope, but then look at that score. It's 4-1 in the S&D at this point. Not much one can do as a fan. And nice little play here from Pred. We're gonna see what happens here. Let's let this one roll for a minute because Seattle Surge was cooking.
And then ends up tagging up Hixie, who's going for the bomb plant. Wonderful work coming in from Surge. They have invested 2 dead silences here onto the SMGs. Hunting for info, and here comes the cruise missile as well. Wonderful work from Surge, and here comes the cruise. Ends up finding the 3rd. It is all on to Insight. Found out, and Pred is running through happy. A 6th brief.
Just like that. That's round 5 of the series there, or of the match. Ultimately, Ultra goes down. Here now we have Optic and Ravens, and I mean anyone who's been watching so far this year, really. London is just a rough watch. Honestly, I didn't even watch this game live. I watched the first few seconds of this map, and I had to walk away. It's tough to watch. I mean, London's going through it right now, but their Optic takes the first map. Here on the S&D, they're up 5-2. Let's watch Ghosty right here going to work. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens. It's like they don't even have to worry. They just rush right at them. Optic running straight forward. Look at this nice little nade, actually, from Ghosty. I like this map. I want to see more of it. I did sit down to watch this just because I'm interested in the map, but interested in how it's going to work over control. Not as much spawn camping, obviously, but look at that. 1, 2, and watch this. He's going to get the assist there on the team shots. Goes down, but stuck that grenade. It hadn't gone off yet, unfortunately. Would have been nice, but they're just dancing around them. I mean, Optic is a great team, but in the CDL, you don't want to watch a team dance around like this. It's boys against men at a certain point. Obviously, Uli or Yuli, however you pronounce his name, right up from Challengers to join the Ravens. Feel bad for this guy. Apparently, he was really hot in Challengers this year. A win and 2 top 3 placements, and I think he actually has 2 Challengers wins. And looking super good, but it's not coming together for them. And definitely going to see more changes, I think, on London. But there you go, Optic Texas taking out the London Ravens. Another 3-0 for London. If you've got a pick 'em going, drop all of them 3-0 against London, because until something major happens, that's almost a surefire bet. Unfortunate, but hopefully it changes. Moving on to Florida and FaZe. The Mutineers, my oh my, always surprising. A team that I'm never really sure about, but look at this beautiful play right here. He knows he's there. Boom, picks him off. Knows he's running in here to a 2-stack and not going to make it out. But with his teammates, look at that. They managed to break that point. It's one of the hardest points in the game to break. It needs so much teamwork, but they get the 4 down, get that break. And look at that scoreline, 242 at this point, 183. Missed a bunch of players in the back there, but did enough damage that 1 bullet into each of them takes them down, gives Florida that Game 4 win to force Game 5 with FaZe tied 2-2. Look at this little piece in the S&D. Couldn't convert. Look at Celium here, all alone, 2v1. Does the dolphin dive? Wasn't expecting the tunnel. Drops down. 5-3, so FaZe here in clutch mode. They only need 1 more. Florida need to make it 3 straight. Unfortunately for Florida, not going to happen. Drops the final. What a great weekend in the CDL. We're about to show you the scores as they've been, as they are settled right now. But a 3-2 there for FaZe. Big weekend. Next weekend is going to be even better, but there's one more game actually we got to cover. This was a Saturday game. I got the clip late, so I had to throw it in at the end of the video. But here we are. This was another game with Thieves. This time Thieves Surge. Again, this was Saturday. Closing out here the end of the control, and it is 2-0 Thieves at this point. Nice little 2-piece. Another beautiful 2-piece right here. Thieves looked actually super hot on Saturday. Look at that little knife. Beautiful to see it. He knows he's going to have to look through that window when you're sitting on that hard point. Thieves is one of those teams, man. You got to love watching them. But sometimes they just don't make you happy. And look at that. A nice 2-piece there from Seattle, but 210-122. A big ask to come back. Look at how they break this point. Look at this flank. Beautiful. Knows he's going to be out front. Takes him out. I mean, that's just beautiful gameplay. 230-158 at this point. Thieves can win right here. Seattle, though, break the point. Thieves just need one little falter here. And look at that. 2 down. He knows there's 1 more. Teammate takes him out. That's going to be it. 3-1 the series for LAT. Don't forget, folks. Don't forget. Friday, we've got more live action in the CDL. I believe it starts at 3 o'clock Eastern time. It took me a second to think. Usually every single Friday while we prep for a major. Challengers, if you're interested, is easier. Whole lot of Valorant going on this week. Don't forget to stay tuned to the channel for all of that. But when it comes to the CDL right now, LAT top in the board, followed by Rocker, who came out hot. Texas, Legion, Subliner, FaZe, rounding out the top 6. Don't forget to hit that sub button. Hit the bell. And I am Jay Caps. See you next time.